Hi, you guys. My name is Misty. I live in Alton, Illinois. That's like 4 hours from Chicago. Um, I would say roughly 5 minutes from St. Louis, Missouri. So today we're going to talk about child support here for a second. Me personally, I've never received child support. I have two children. I have two girls, one 8, one 12. The 8-year old, her dad has been in and out, does what he wants when he wants, hasn't done very much. But I've never been that type to be, I'm your mom and your dad. No, I'm your mother. I could never be your father or give you what a male figure could give you. I was blessed with a stepdad who has gave her that male figure in her life. So for the most part, you know, I have never had that issue with her being curious of what it's like to have a father because she looks at her grandfather, her step grandfather, as that male dominant figure, which is pretty good. Hey, we'll take it. It's genuine. That's fine. Okay, move right along. My 8-year old, her father has been incarcerated in a federal penitentiary since she was 1.5, and she's 8. We never had any issues with the parenting, but we were in a relationship. But I do believe, honestly, that we won't need a third person to dictate what we got going on. I think that he could be an adult far as that part and being supportive of her without me needing to get somebody else involved. Which, me personally, I am like 100% condoning you being an adult. Like, you should not need another adult to tell you that you need to take care of something that's your responsibility. Period. Um, let's just go right on into this. So, child support was officially launched in 1975 by President Ford. So, 1975, 2016. To me, that's just way off. I feel like not only that situation, but a lot of other situations that were put into effect that long ago need to be readjusted and redesigned to meet up to date standards. Back then, you had a lot of marriages, so a lot of people got married and then they had kids. So, child support was designed to make it where the mother didn't have to do things like what they were doing, going into poverty and getting on welfare once they were divorced because the men were the breadwinner. Most women back then really didn't work. They cooked, clean, and raised the kids, and the men went out and they worked. Nowadays, it's different. You have a lot of more women. Me personally, I know in my area, a lot of more women working than men. So therefore, the man being taken out of the household would normally not really affect the income of the household. You understand? All help could be good help, period. But it's just like, for the most part, yeah, my cats was just clowning, making all kind of noises. Fight. There's two of them. Anyways, back on track. So for the most part, like I said, you have a lot of single parenting going on, like people that are not together but they're co-parenting. Never was in a relationship. Like, this guy never made this commitment to give you a lifestyle. You guys did adult things, and now you brought life into this world. And for the most part, I feel that he needs to be an adult and take care of responsibilities, but also that whole law. You cannot maintain a household that you were never truly 100% a part of. You understand? So to say that it's okay for a man to not be able to work and even provide shelter for himself, provide a vehicle for himself, feed himself all month because he's supporting other households because he may have numerous of children. Some of those situations need to be looked into. That's just my personal opinion. If you have a household with a woman that has moved on and has got remarried or is married, never was married to you, now she's married, or she have a fiance, or she has a live-in boyfriend. No, those kids are not his responsibility 100%, but once he took on that role of being the male in the home, he has to understand that the kids come with that. So I'm not saying he should take full responsibility, but I'm saying that where you was maybe getting $300-400 a month from this guy, maybe you don't need that much. Maybe you need a little, like, cut that in half because you have another man in the house, and let him at least be able to afford to pay his rent. My brother have a friend, and he was just telling me how serious it is that this guy makes over $1,000 every 2 weeks because they work at the same company, but he's getting his checks garnished for child support. He has 4 or 5 kids. He's only bringing in $200 to $300. He can't pay rent. he can't even get a car note. He can't even save up for a down payment for a car. It would probably take him over a year to save up for a down payment for a car. That's crazy, because now you have him supporting other households where there are men in there, and he's living in the household with another woman and his baby, and he can't even pay the rent there because he's maintaining other households with other men in those households. That's why I say this 1975 situation needs to be readjusted. Period. That's just my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because I've never received child support. If there was anything for me to receive, I would definitely go for it. Another thing, you got 30% of people who apply for child support never receive one red cent. That probably would be me. I would probably fall in that category because, like I said, I'm not a man basher, but my oldest daughter's dad is like, it's not. I'm probably not gonna get anything, so I'm not gonna call off work, waste my time, listen to his lies. I'll just do this on my own. 15% of people who are paying child support are women. That is kind of shocking for me. I thought maybe 5%. I wouldn't have said the whole 15%. But, hey, that just lets you guys know this is not just a gender thing. Women pay child support too. And women are behind on child support. And the same situations happen with women too. You got $113 billion in unpaid child support. So you have $113 billion of unpaid child support. But that leads into the whole point of having 30% of people who apply for child support never getting anything, because there's $113 billion out there of unpaid child support. Failure to pay child support, get your wages garnished. Most people know that. Asset seized, most people know that too. Credit bureau reporting. Yeah, they will report your ass to the credit bureau, and that'll make your credit score look horrible. So good luck on that loan. Driving license being suspended. So good luck with those tickets, because you get pulled over for driving on a suspended license, you go to jail, get your car towed, you gotta go to court. More money out your pocket. Passport denial. You like to travel, going out the country, and you're behind on child support, you might as well kiss that shit goodbye, because it ain't gonna happen. Withholding unemployment and jail time. So those are just a few things that I don't know if that's everything, but that's just what I've seen that could happen to you if you don't pay whatever the court ordered you to pay. So it is important that you make those payments. It is important that before you let down with someone, you ask yourself, are you ready to have a child out of wedlock and you're not in that home, but you have to somewhat support that home because your kid is in there. You have to ask yourself that. And I just say, if you're an adult, you shouldn't need a third party to tell you what you need to pay and how you need to be an adult and how you need to take care of your responsibilities. Now you're dealing with a child, because you have women that do it because they do need the help. And no, it is not right that you're living the life and your child is living in poverty because you're worried about, well, the mother might benefit from this money. That's not important. What is important that your child is living as comfortable as you are. So I just say you shouldn't really need a third party to come in and say, oh, you both are grown, but you got to pay this, because let's not let it get that far. I understand that some women go for child support to get back at the man because he's moved on, new relationship, and the whole nine. But hopefully when you're not dealing with that situation, you can actually have two adults that can come to some type of agreement where they don't need a third party telling them what they should and should not be paying. So with that being said, I'm finna be out of here because the last thing I did, it was so long I couldn't even get it sent in. So that's just my little, time talking about this situation. Pay the child support. Be an adult. Don't go through the hassle, because there's way more things that will open up out of this outside of going to jail or being behind owing a lot of money. So peace and love. Pay your child support. Matter of fact, be a man, be a woman. Don't let it get that far. Peace.